Hi YouTube friends, I'm Jen and welcome to my channel, Juniper Needleworks. I am a maker and a mother and a designer, and this is my second YouTube video ever. So this is my channel where I share things that I'm making, things that I'm loving, and plans, sometimes books that I love, and anything else that I feel like sharing. So thank you for stopping by. Since my last video, which was about a month and a half ago, maybe, sometime in late October, I'm trying to think all that's happened, a lot, right? But it's the holidays now, and I wanted to come on and just show some of my favorite holiday projects, things that I'm working on, and ask what you're working on too. I'm here with my dog today, you'll probably hear him. I also wanted to say thank you so much for all of you who, oh, he wants to come say hi. Oh, this is our dog, Bim. He hasn't got a walk yet today, so I'm trying to do this Flosstube quickly-ish so that I can get outside before the sun goes down. It's my one day off for a few days. So, anyways, I was saying thank you so much for everyone who watched my first Flosstube. That's crazy. You guys are so nice. Thank you for commenting and for liking it and just for being a really fun community. I wasn't expecting that, and it made me really, really happy. So anyways, I'm going to flip the camera over and show you my projects. That way, I think a lot of you like that. Let me know if you like it like that, or if you like it better when people just sit here and chit chat and show things while they're yakking. Anyways, let's look at some projects. So my cross-stitching journey started when I was pretty young, probably 10 or 11, 12, somewhere in there. But I quit and didn't come back to it till around 2020, and it was with this piece and another one. So pandemic set the scene, we're all there. We also had a disaster at our house where our dishwasher broke and leaked all over our kitchen, and we had to be in a hotel for almost 3 months in 2020. And I started stitching again, and it was therapy for me. So that's a little backstory of why I love this stuff again and what it's meant to me and so many of us, right? That stitching is our therapy, it's our solace, it's a relatively affordable and easy hobby to do in the in-between times to soothe our souls. So this one I got from a designer named, sorry, I'm gonna say this wrong either way, either Alicia or Alicia Paulson. You can find her on Instagram, and she has her own website. If you Google Posie Gets Cozy, she has fantastic patterns. She's a needleworker, a quilter, an illustrator, a knitter, all of the crafty things. And this piece is called Love and Joy, I believe, and it was a kit at the time, and I stitched it while we were in that hotel in 2020. And she does her pieces so that you can easily finish them in an 8x10 frame, so it's really affordable and accessible. And I think she described it as a perfect amount of stitching before the holidays, not too much, not too little. And it's just a sweet, sweet little design. The smoke from the chimneys is just so cute. So that's Love and Joy by Alicia or Alicia Paulson. I stitched it in 2020. I think I kind of have a lot to show y'all today. Put down this little tray so that I can pile my stuff up in it. What next? These are also from 2020. I'll just go in the order I stitched them. This is called the Mary Pin Keep by the SubRosa. She's got an Etsy shop, and her designs are I just love every single one of them. They're primitive, and they're also like, they have these really great, this really great symmetry to many of her designs, and very simple thread selection, which I love when there's a limited thread palette, so you don't have to change threads a ton. And I actually stitched this twice in 2020, one for me and one for my mother. And I put these little tiny jingle bells on the back. You can see the lovely finishing on the back. Lori Holt has a really good tutorial for finishing pillows that I recommend. So that is the Mary Pin Keep by the SubRosa. I think on 36 count, some sort of linen. Also from 2020, I've got two Notforgotten Farm designs that I did. This I think is called White Christmas. This is some linen that I dyed with coffee before I really went through any tutorials about how to dye stuff with coffee. And I think if I did it again, I would crinkle it up and make it way more grungy, but that's the linen. And I stitched this also in the hotel. I really love it. I like that the threads kind of blend in with the linen and with the grungy old lace that I added on the sides. There's also a jingle bell inside, of course. Oh, I finished it. Actually, I stitched it late 2020, finished it in like January 2021, I think. So that's White Christmas by Notforgotten Farm. She's on Etsy. Also from Notforgotten Farm, this was also in the hotel. You could tell I was having a lot of stress because how much stitching was going on. Lots of staying up late and watching reruns of The Office while stitching in that hotel room. It's funny because my kids have really good memories of it, and I'm trying to follow their lead as well and just remember the good stuff. Obviously learning lessons from the hard stuff too. This was a freebie, like I said, from Notforgotten Farm. It was released on her blog, I believe. If you go on and search for Angel Tutorial, you will find it. As you all know, I think I've said I'm really new to this primitive stitching community, but what I love about it, and the designers and the designs so much, is that there's really a focus on not being a perfectionist, not trying to do things perfectly, just letting things be imperfectly perfect. And for me, who is I am a perfectionist, unfortunately, being able to do that is just so freeing and so cathartic. It might sound silly, but it really is my therapy. So this is an embroidered piece. There are lots of different little stitches, but all really, really, really simple. She gives you a pattern where it's just the outline of the whole design. You hold it up against a window, trace it, and basically you're just sitting there coloring with thread. You're just filling it in. The only cross stitch is my initials, and the rest are just embroidery stitches. And this is finished in one of those faux wood hoops, and just a little loop on the top, and I hang it from the wall. And this one, I just particularly like this little angel. Lori also does a tutorial on shading. She literally just uses a number 2 pencil, and it makes her designs look so rad. Everything she does, really, really good. Lori, you rock. Okay, what else is going on around here? I have a new design that I did. This I'm calling Merry and Bright. I released this on my Etsy if you're interested. It's a really quick and fun pattern to do because there's not a ton of stitching, but it's just so cheerful, and I really loved making it. So I've been seeing, everyone's drawing orange slices on Pinterest and whatnot, and so I decided to stitch them instead. And I just wanted it to be a cheerful design to do in the in-between moments when we're all so busy this month, regardless of what we're celebrating. I put it into a pillow. This is on 32 count linen that I coffee dyed myself. I think it would be so cute stitched up on a smaller count linen or Aida. I want to see it like on a 40 count because it could even be like a little ornament even. And added jingle bells, of course. All holiday stitching needs jingle bells. I might say. So that is my little tray of holiday stitching. Me, Notforgotten Farm, and the SubRosa. And I love pulling those out around the holidays when we pull out our Christmas box. So one other thing I finished that I thought you might find interesting is a little ornament. So one of my husband's aunts sent this kit to me. His family growing up bred Newfoundland dogs up in the mountains of Colorado. And they have all sorts of Newfoundland paraphernalia. And so my husband's aunt sent this to me to stitch as a gift for him. I forgot to say, if you're watching, divert your eyes, husband. I don't think he's going to be watching this, but just in case he is. So I know nothing about this little design company. I don't know if it's around anymore. If you know, let me know. But it was so cute. I'm going to cover up the design so you can't really see, but it just came on this. It's a photocopy, handwritten, hand graphed. It's called Holly and Heart Newfoundland Christmas Ornament, I think by Pipe Dreams. And it has all of these written instructions, really cute cross-stitch hints. It came with an invoice, the order form, handwritten. Doesn't have a date on it. Yeah, just really cute pattern. I don't know if older patterns all used to kind of look like this, but I was just super charmed by that. And here's a little ornament. It took about a day or two to stitch in between doing other stuff, and it was super comforting. And it's a secret, but he hopefully didn't watch this, Will. Forgive me if you did. Okay, the last thing I want to show you today, since I started with Alicia or Alicia Paulson, I'm going to end with her as well. I got one of her new kits. She just released a month or so ago. She released several new designs. Again, Posie Gets Cozy is her blog. And it's funny because I saw this design, which is called Nutcracker Suite. And it's portraying Clara in the Nutcracker when she's dancing beneath the Christmas tree. So cute. I love Alicia, or Alicia includes linen and threads in her patterns. And the funny part is that the week after I ordered this, we found out that our kids' school, and they go to a public school here, they haven't gotten to go on tons of field trips because of the COVID and lots of other reasons, but this year they got a grant so they could take all of the 1st through 3rd graders to see the Nutcracker at the Center for Performing Arts. And so I'm stitching this year because it's so special. They got to go and do something like that, and with all the kids, so they could all do something like that. I just think it was so great, and hats off to the teachers, the administrators, the grant writers who made that happen. Yay. So this is my tiny start. I think I literally have the needle dangling from it. I have a little tiny start where I've got a mouse, presents, and a sled. There's lots of ornaments that go on this tree. I have a lot to do, but it's been really comforting. It's on 32 count linen, and again, getting rid of perfectionism, I decided to stitch this on with 1 thread rather than 2 threads because I just love it so much more. Even though it's less coverage, it's still gonna look real cute. So thank you, Alicia or Alicia, for making such awesome patterns. One thing she uses a lot of thread colors. I think there's like over 35 more, maybe even more thread colors just on this design alone. So lots of changing threads, but gives her design sort of a luminous quality. So that is Nutcracker Suite. Posie Gets Cozy. Check out her other designs. They're all super fun. Really, really beautiful work. One other thing I want to show you, maybe two other things that is, but both books. So I'm reading, sorry, I had to grab my iPad here. I wanted to show you this book I'm listening to. It's actually a really funny book to be reading during the month of December, but it's called The Day the World Stopped Shopping. I'm reading it on Hoopla, or listening to it on Hoopla, which is available from a local library system. If you are not hooked up with your local library to get free ebooks and free audiobooks, 99% sure that your library offers them, so check that out for free. And this is kind of a thought exercise about what would actually happen if people cut down their shopping by 25%. So the author, by J.B. McKinnon, they're going through that kind of in a really realistic way, along with statistics about what shopping is doing to our environment and ways that we could change for the better. So again, funny kind of thing to be reading during December, but I find it really comforting, actually, and inspiring. Check out my iPad cover. Isn't that ridiculous? It's because I didn't want my kids to lose the iPad. And hang on, oh, here's one more thing I want to show you. A book called Christmas Stories for Christmas by Bernadette Watts. We found her when we checked out a book called The Golden Plate from the library a few years ago, and my daughter just absolutely loved it, and actually I did too. We were at our local kids bookstore here in Denver called The Bookies. Fantastic if you're in Colorado and you haven't been there. It's mostly youth stuff, but also has lots of adult items and lots of stuff for educators as well. So visit The Bookies or order something from them online. And when I saw this, I gasped because I love her illustrations, and it looks like it's a new one, a new collection. I don't think the stories are new, but they're absolutely gorgeous. Her illustrations are these really fantastic pastel colors and just so charming. They don't necessarily look Christmassy, but they are all in the spirit of Christmas. Some are religious, some are not, some are just really, really awesome fairy tales. So I highly recommend Bernadette Watts. I highly recommend, I've read a couple of her others too, but this, also, like I said, The Golden Spoon, and probably anything you can find by her. So that's Stories for Christmas by Bernadette Watts. Highly recommend. Well, thank you so much for watching Flosstube with me. It was really fun to talk with you all. I'm really grateful to have the privilege of having time and resources to be able to stitch. We are all really, really, really lucky if that is the case for us. And I hope wherever you are warm and cozy and doing well and with your loved ones. And very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Solstice, and everything else that you celebrate during December, wherever you are in the world. And I hope to get back and chat with you all more soon in the new year, depending on life stuff. Until then, take care, take good care of one another, and happy stitching. Bye! Bye.